The Sussex ship has all but sunk in Hollywood. Meghan aggressively sought public relations in the UK and their explicit declaration of interest in filling the vacuum created by the extremely thin monarchy. They really want to come back. However, we certainly don't want that lying duo back in the UK. So what can stop them? Discuss with us in this video. My sinners, we were right. The witch and her handbag are truly back. All moves have exposed their plot. I'm sure the return will bring a mess to the royal family. So someone or something definitely needs to stop them. And welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel. My thirsty friends. What could possibly prevent the toxic twosome from moving to London, acting like royalty, and establishing a shadow court, complete with doormats bearing the ducal coronet? You know they want the world to work the way it wants. I believe that if given a position, they will abuse their power to realize their aspirations. James Holt would be their de facto private secretary. The media would cover Meghan doing the school run, etc. It would be so awkward, would it force the king to invite them back to some degree? They would be playing by her rules and finally have the half in that they wanted. They would only have to play their roles long enough to burnish their US brand and chase new deals. Before that time comes, we will see Harry and Meghan cosplaying as royals, going about their duties with a strong camera crew. As a working royal, it would be. They did next to nothing last time. Has her work ethic improved? Have they stopped planting stories about themselves and gossiping about the family? Have they stopped merching? They are totally unsuited to royal life. They want fame, attention. Perks, however, are only interested in themselves. I think they can buy a home and move to the UK, however they will not be working royals again or any kind of royals, nor will they get the perks that working royals get. It will not only be the palace that keeps them from being royals, the good people of the UK will make sure of that as well. She couldn't hack the UK for 72 royal engagements and won't hack it with any new PE, or we loathe her and hold him in the uttermost contempt. Aside from being booed and assaulted with garbage in the streets, or worse, just ignored, she'd have to cope with the tabloids, the ordered and respectable lives of the Wales family, living in a caravan on Canvey Island and having to be within spitting distance of ordinary people. I heard that Meghan also attended the Invictus Games celebration. However, I think maybe it's all PR and rumor, just like it was before the coronation. Every bit of speculation means column inches. She didn't attend the coronation. I'm guessing she won't for Invictus. However, who knows? It might be a surprise if they create a FAUX Royal tour around the Invictus event in London, as they did in Whistler, with trips to charities and other events, multiple outfit changes, etc. This could be why she is hiring UK PR. Meghan is desperate to be sprinkled with the royal fairy dust that originally helped her ink lucrative deals in 2019. Sadly, she is manifesting and manipulating her heart while ignoring the elephant in the room, their utter lack of talent, lack of authenticity, and unlikable personalities. She attended every single ingriftus grift so far lately. I think she's coming in May. She is super desperate and determined to push herself onto British people. She will be hard-pressed to give up the ingriftus money, though, so she just might risk it and go. Maybe everything depends on how well received they are and if they can get the younger generation on board. I've seen time and time again from UK sinners that she is better received with the younger crowd. Of course, I don't think she will go. However, I'm not too sure. She may be looking for PR, however, after the onslaught towards Catherine. The UK hatred has become intense. Even Harry now realizes this. Invictus realizes this. Veterans are leaving and joining Invictus Germany. It's the worst timing. I think we can stop them a bit if we stop falling for the will she PR. After all the hatred towards Catherine, we hate them more with time. Invictus doesn't want her there. They want true royalty. Her usual puff pieces, same narrative every time. Now she's coming. She will not miss out on the Invictus grift and the opportunity to play the role of a working royal. I hope the palace is all over it. I don't want to see Meghan pretending like the royal family is at work. Then she would balance that out by flying off to Los Angeles every 2 weeks for a glitzy award or a fancy new restaurant opening. It may be yet another hogwash rumor, however. If true, I think this PR guru story may be the start of a Harkle push to evade a perfect storm heading their way financially or seize the royal stage. Invade and overthrow time, in other words. Invade is the perfect word. The media have even said the Harkles perceive a vacuum they believe they can fill. This is their moment to jump back in and grab some glory. She will need good PR to ensure that it all goes smoothly. They are simply opportunists taking advantage of the absence of the King and Princess of Wales. They know this is a temporary situation, and then that window will quickly slam shut. So let's try to think of a way to make this door close a little faster so they can't get in. Here are the most simple ways. The first step is to strip them of their titles completely, so she doesn't end up as Princess Henry. She'll simply be Meghan. Then, let their money dry up. This will lead her to divorce him. They'll both try to gain custody of the children. She will stay in the U.S. He will move back to the U.K. Don't underestimate this. It can be said that this world runs on money. Once the money dries up, she can't pay for awards, tickets to attend panels like South by Southwest, hosting the Invictus Games, PR puff pieces, or invitations to minor Hollywood events. And even better when the mainstream media have an agreed media blackout of the liar duo. And when William takes the throne, it will be guaranteed he will not let the duo milk their titles. Nor will he fund their exorbitant lifestyles. Nor will he let them back into the firm. Each thing that happens will take down Harry and Meghan. All good points, however, even if they decided to start visiting the UK for a few months each year for events, etc. It would be disruptive to the royal family. I realize they aren't likely to do this because they are probably pretty short on funds, however, I put nothing past her. They're trying to push for the Invictus Games to be hosted in Birmingham, which is now bankrupt. Have a feeling the duo will succeed and land on UK soil. I remember their UK visit to Birmingham in September 2022, where she donned the red Wallace outfit for the scam charity One World. It was meant to be a FAUX Royal tour with the Well-Child Awards, an Invictus jaunt to Düsseldorf. Then Her Majesty the late Queen died, and they were absorbed into some family events simply because they happened to be in London. If they start showing up in the UK, they will force their way back in on some level in a way that doesn't violate the Sandringham Agreement. And I want to dispel the thought that Meghan and Harry might take advantage of the King and Princess of Wales's absence as an opportunity to return. What opportunity? Catherine is on the mend and will be back on the scene soon, more popular than ever. Charles is receiving treatment and seems to be doing well. He is still meeting with officials and attending to his regular behind-the-scenes duties. God forbid, Charles' treatment does not go well. William will step in. He is the future king. That makes it even worse for the Harkles. Britain is taking them back. However, it will force Harry and Meghan to apologize. Meghan must answer all the tricky questions of Piers Morgan on the show. Then apologizes for all accusations of racism. Says Oprah Winfrey and O'Neill Scobie forced Meghan to slander the royal family. British channels show Meghan curtsying to Catherine 3 times a day. All British newspapers print these photos. Meghan publicly apologizes to the entire country for playing the race card. Everything is shown on the BBC. However, no way they can adequately apologize for everything. The stuff in his book about the king and his brother are sick, rude, and wrong. Her curtsy in the propaganda film. How did she behave in Morocco, Australia? Wimbledon? The lies about their children? No apology tour is big enough. And the children? The UK has 2 imposters on the line of succession. I socialize with many different British people through work. Those children are being carried by a surrogate. Bothers everyone. The UK won't embrace them. Although I have listed some ways, I don't suppose anything would stop them, as long as there were gullible sugars and people prepared to be bought for a few bobs. However, what would be the point? Most of the country wouldn't care. Meanwhile, they've got to earn a living, and no Spotify or Netflix is waiting for them in good old Blighty. Shouldn't Madam be at home being supermom whilst a single handful producing the best, cleverest, kindest podcast of all time instead of swanning around on her? Let's pretend we haven't paid for all this tour of Texas. While they are liberally referring to themselves as Duke and Duchess, no one else is. Ginger has tried reverting to being called a prince, however has been repeatedly reminded that he was the one who wanted to be just Harry. He's been finding out to his dismay that life outside the golden cage sucks. And now he's just a bird flying at the palace windows trying to get back in. On the other hand, Meghan is now an Urban Dictionary insult heard around the world. Not sure she quite understands the punchline she's made of herself. They lost Spotify. They are losing Netflix. Pearl was never anything more than a pipe dream, and both the bench and spare are holding up table legs everywhere. Stereotypes were a bust and now languish in a small podcast company. Look at all the times they tried to stunt their way back in lawsuits, fake car chases, fake fires, fake suicidal ideation, fake pregnancies, fake stories about the royal family. They are over. Neither of them has familial support. Both have siblings who despise them, fathers with poor health who have been aggravated by them, and a fly-by-night mother/mother-in-law who's too busy being stoned to care. My extended family are all sick of them. Friends are sick of them. Ginger lost all his old friends, and Meghan never had any to begin with. So let's continue to see how Harry and Meghan move forward. That brings us to the end of my video. Hope you agree with my point of view. If not, please comment so we can discuss it. Don't forget to like and share the video so YouTube can recommend similar videos. And if you want to receive notifications about the latest videos, please subscribe. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.